Blanketing 101.
So I'll pull everything down, get it situated. That little fleece piece here, that just goes right over the wither. Yeah, you're right, Diane. This is definitely snug on her. So what you're gonna do is you'll do the chest piece first. Just do the first hole. All right, next one. Because you don't want to ever do the front too tight because they need to have movement in their shoulder. Otherwise, this blanket's going to rub them all day long. So I tend to do the bottom a little bit looser so they have a little more freedom. Never super tight up here, but just enough to where if they put their head down and they're grazing or whatever, it's not like choking them or anything like that. And you guys probably all know this. So the belly straps, you're going to crisscross, so the front's going to go to the back.
Rita says that's right.
The back's going to come across to the front. All right. And like Diane was saying, even if you guys want to look, that's about where you want those belly straps, okay? So she can't really get a leg in there. I wouldn't do them any looser than that or tighter. I think that's about good. Like kind of like even right there. Her
Yeah, when she expands, takes a deep breath in.
So that's about where you want them, okay?
So you can get your hand under there.
Yep, exactly. All right, so the next thing, so that we did our belly straps. Now we're going to crisscross the leg straps. So left goes to right. Right goes to left. Okay. And actually, like right here, you guys, these are actually a little tight. So if you want to take a look, when she's moving and that in the field or whatever, those will eventually rub her. So we'll go ahead and loosen them. And I like the newer straps, Diane. They're the more elasticy. They stretch out, and you're constantly having to kind of like tighten them up again.
Yeah.
But I like that they have a little more give.
Right.
So they do crisscross. Yeah, take a look, you guys. Yep.
Getting a little personal here, Rita. Sorry. No dignity, I tell you. No
So you would
dignity.
want those hanging down a little bit more.
Yep, so
Because
let
they're
me-
really tight up against.
Let me actually adjust them so you guys can see what they really do. Take the gloves off. I know these older straps that are.
And I think Rachel mentioned too how important it is, especially after a rain or snow, before putting a blanket back on, and make sure the underside of it is completely dry,
Yes.
that their hair is dry. You don't want to put a blanket on a wet body.
Put a blanket on a wet body. That'll trap that moisture, and then they'll actually get cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another reason for them to colic. They're shivering.
Yep, and then they can't dry, they can't get warm. So that's better, guys. That's about where we want that. We'll do this one too.
Yeah, not much lower than that.
Yeah, not much. Sort of play around with these. So when you're working on your knees, maybe Isaiah can do it because you want to stay back far enough on your feet. And then move his feet because they'll figure that you're gonna take his food. But you can do a little bit hard. Better on the side. You feel it here. Okay, so even that could be a tiny bit looser. Yeah. Okay, maybe not quite as loose as this one. But yeah, you're just gonna like.
When it starts curving in.
Yeah, yep. They said you want that freedom where they can kind of move and it's not rubbing it. Well, they'll take the same leg strap on the same side and go around the same leg. Yeah.
So
And I
this,
don't like that because it doesn't.
that's about where it should be in the back.
Yep.
Yep.
It doesn't keep the blanket stabilized. I've seen it where the blanket slides, and if you put that leg strap around.
In something, yeah.
Yeah. So crisscrossing, that's the best way to do it. Okay. Yeah. For sure.
Crisscross for in the belly and in the
Yep.
back.
Now, when we take, so say you're bringing them in to take the blanket off, you guys want to work from back to front, okay? So leg straps first, and you guys come to that. And then your belly straps.
Now, the only time the belly straps don't crisscross, and you can see on the seam there, they go at an angle. If they're straight down, then it just goes straight across.
And that's usually when there's three, right?
Yes, usually, when there's 3 straps. That goes straight across under the belly.
And then you guys will undo your, that way I always say, like, say the horse spooks or something, at least this blanket is still somewhat secure on the chest versus, okay, I undid the chest, now it's just hanging around the belly.
Or the legs, yeah.
Yep, so this is better, this is the best way to do it. So when you take the blanket off, I grab up here and I just sort of slide it down a little bit more. over, make sure the leg straps are clear, and then you're good to go.
And Rachel was saying when taking a blanket off, you want to undo the leg straps first, then the belly straps, then the chest straps.
You've ever heard the term like hairing up? The hair kind of stands up. That's actually their natural defense for the cold weather. So they have this coarser, like longer hair. That's like the guard hairs, and then they have shorter hair that's more against this, into the skin, closer to the skin, I should say. That's like their insulation. That's what keeps them dry and that. But these guard hairs, they kind of they pocket cold air and they grab it and they just kind of help, basically traps the air, helps keep their body warm. So when we blanket, that's where we have to be careful because we're actually pushing the hair down. So we're taking that natural defense mechanism away from them. So that's why it's important you have the right blankets on, where they have the actual, they call it the filling, the grams, like you have, I think like a lightweight's 100 gram, mediums anywhere from
200.
200 to maybe 250, 275, and then it keeps going up. So they call it the denier, is the outer shell of the blanket, and that is basically saying like, okay, how tough is the blanket? So you have your 600 denier, your 1200 denier, and that is the outer shell that protects the inside of the blanket, okay? And then your grams is that's your filling, and that's what actually gives the horse the insulation and keeps them warm. So if you ever see that when you're buying blankets, that's the grams is the filling, the denier is the outer part of the blanket. To get a little more technical, but yeah, that's why it's important. If you just have a sheet on a horse, they don't have a lot of insulation that's keeping them warm then because it's just a sheet, so to speak.
Basically a raincoat.
Yeah, like a windbreaker, or a raincoat.
So Rachel, what size weight blanket do you think Rita would have? Sage takes the heavier one because he has no hair.
Right, I would say like Sage might need something in these really cold temperatures. He might need more of a medium or heavy. For Rita, she could probably get away with like a lighter medium.
Which is her green, but the plaid is more the medium.
Yeah, I would say that plaid is plenty thick enough for her. Yeah, that's plenty thick enough. So, like I said, when it gets warmer, obviously just a sheet would be fine. But as long as you want to make sure that the blankets are waterproof, that's the biggest thing.
That's the big thing, yeah.
So if they do get wet, they're not getting wet and cold. So, that's the whole thing behind the blankets. I mean, it's all day long. I mean, you could be switching blankets. Oh my gosh, and some people are like that.
Do you put layers underneath?
Yeah, I see some with the big neck, like goes
Yes,
under that.
I did bring that. There's a neck piece, so what that does, it attaches right to here and it keeps their neck warm.
I said, as long as their core is warm, that's good. Warm and dry.
So when you guys measure, I usually use 2 people. It's just a little easier. So someone's going to take the tape measure, so you're going to do the front of the middle of the chest here. Yeah, if you don't mind, Tony, can you hold that there? And you want to kind of go around the widest part of the shoulder. So I'm going to come around, and basically you're going to go, obviously make sure the horse is okay with this.
Rita is. Some of them aren't. They don't like the crackling of the measuring
and
tape.
basically you're going to go to the middle of the tail. Okay?
It's okay, Rita.
Sorry, honey.
So you're getting what, an 80, 82?
I'm getting probably
82.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
No.
And right now, this blanket we've been putting on her is a 76, so it's definitely too snug for
I
her.
would say, probably 81 or so, Diane, yeah.
She would need at least an 81 or
At
an
least an
82.
80. Yeah, and they say sometimes going a size bigger is better
Right.
than too small, so.
So Rita, we're going blanket shopping.
So there, you just go to the point of the middle of the chest, you go around the widest part of the shoulder, and you go to the middle of the tail, okay? And that's how you get your measurements for your blanket sizes. Now weight, please. Or hands, you guys want to measure hands first to see how tall she is. You can do that.
If she's anything like me, she's shrunk over the years. I went from 5 foot 6 inches down to 5'4". How come 2 inches?
The best way to do it is try to get them to stand as square as possible.
I know.
Which is sometimes kind of hard, but if you can kind of get them standing almost square, that does help.
Oh, am I going out?
We'll say that's close enough for now.
That good?
Yeah, that works. So the sticks are more accurate.
Yeah.
Than the actual sticks. But this
You ever
gives
hear
a-
anybody say, I stick to the horse?
Yeah.
They're checking their height.
Stick 'em. The hardest part is getting it to. So you put your toe on the line, kind of get. Oh, I see.
Flush with her body.
So I would say she's all but
Can you guys see?
53, close to 16 hands. I'd say 15.3.
Yeah, I always kind of figured her at about 16 hands.
Yeah, she's just shy of maybe 16, or she is 16. It's very close. Yeah. Yeah. That's that.
So you're going like almost to the top of the
Just the top of the wither. Yep. Yep. Yeah, so she's probably like Diane saying, all but 16. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, see, is it me or she's like getting...
She looks more
Yeah.
sunken, Diane.
I mean, yeah, she does.
She was looking
you can
really
see her
good.
withers more. She's starting to, yeah.
Especially towards the end of summer, she was getting some nice muscle tone.
Yeah.
She was kind of more round, but she definitely looks a little more.
Maybe we need to add some of the other horses' sweet feed in with theirs. Give them a silver scoop of that along with their balancer. Just
Yeah.
It's all right, girl. It's okay. It's just me. Yeah, I know. You don't have much hair here. It's all right.
There's the hairy guy in there.
Yeah. Big teddy bear. Yeah.
Too cute.
Yeah.
It reminds me of an Ewok.
So, yeah, it'd be good to know what her weight is. And